Hello there everyone, welcome back to another video about a children's trading card game. It has been a while since I have made a gate ruler video. I am planning on making a video going over all the cards we have seen for all the starter decks that have been revealed recently, so don't worry, I will be making that. I've just been very busy with One Piece and recently Battle Spirit Saga as well, but I am excited to bring you gate ruler videos now and then. Over this weekend, I took part in the Gate Ruler online tournament, the international circuit. I can't remember what it's called. It is called something cool. Anyway, the international Gate Ruler tournament. I'm sure you'll see it in the title. I can't remember. Anyway, and I won. I won the thing. So that's pretty cool. It was my first time playing in it. In a while. I took part in the first one, and the way the time rulings were if you went to time, you just got a double loss. And I was playing Alice, so as you can imagine, not the best situation for me, so I just dropped because I was like, I'm going to time every single round. And it ended up being that the two regionals after that one was on a One Piece regionals day, and one was on a Battle Spirit Saga regionals day, so I couldn't do those. But finally, I could do the one this weekend. No regionals, nothing taking priority. So I was really excited to finally play set 5 format, and I decided to play Berserker. So I'll talk about why, but basically Berserker I think is a really fun deck. I think it has a place. I also think right now it's a little bit overtuned. I think they need to reduce the level cap a little bit, maybe to like 80 to 90. At the moment it's 120. You're obviously playing Oni of the Tatari, so it's 125. And there are, with set 5, so many ways you have of getting additional cards that this once per turn thing isn't really accurate anymore. The main reason I wanted to play Berserker was because I had not really tested set 5 very much, and I knew that, therefore, drive rulers were going to be the best thing I could possibly play, because, you know, if I don't want to worry about playing around things, if I don't want to worry about sequencing stuff, it's pretty hard to get simpler than just turn cards sideways. So I went with Berserker, and obviously I'm glad I did. I also understand that Berserker won the last tournament as well. It was first place and it was third place. And my friend, teammate Dr. Beppis also took Berserker. His list was different, and he ended up getting 4th. We all had the same record, but the way it worked out is because I beat 2 of the other X1s and I only lost to one of them. It meant I had the best record, so I ended up winning. So let's go ahead and talk through the deck profiles. So I think this is a I think Berserker mostly builds itself when you're just looking for like the really important high value cards, but there are changes I would be making, and also there's a few changes I made that were just more fun choices that probably weren't optimal. But, you know, first big ones, 4 copies of Adriano. This card is ridiculous, stupidly powerful, and it's TNT to heal 1. And something to remember about so the way you should be considering the maths of Gate Ruler in terms of life, right? And this is true for any game which has like a damage healing trigger system, is if you take, so in Gate Ruler, in Berserker there are 16 counters in a 50 card deck, which means 32% of your damage is going to get cancelled on average, right? On average. So that means that essentially it's like your life is about 32% bigger. So 32% of 12 is about 4, roughly 4. So that means Berserker has 16 life, right, as a base, just from counters. Then you factor in that every single heal 1 counter, you know, unless it's literally the first damage you take, highly unlikely, is going to be increasing that life number by 1. So each of these heal 1 counters increases that life by a huge amount. So this has just increased my life total by 25%, which is huge. And when you frame it like that, these counters that heal become so much more obviously broken. So, yeah, at the moment, we're already at 20 life with just this card, and there's more cards we're going to go through that also heal. And in fact, if anything, I'm probably going to play more of them when I update this list, though I do expect Berserker to get some sort of tuning. If it doesn't, then I'll keep vibing. But yeah, Adriano, obviously broken card. Then we got this new card here, Skewercron. This card's ridiculous. It gives your ruler breakthrough, whatever. The reason we're playing this is because it is a CNT to let your ruler drive 1. The amount of times you will just CNT check this and just have a board. Like, you'll just get a board for free. Because Berserker has so many ways of just driving more and more cards that it's absolutely ridiculous. So yeah, this card is absolutely staple. And again, if you were to say that this, I mean, realistically, each time you do this and you get a defensive zone unit, that's blocking on average like 2 damage. So, you know, we've gone from 20 to what, like 28 life off of this card. Then 2 copies of Ragnarok. If anything, I want to bump this up to 4. This is another heal 1 CNT. It has Dormant, but it's a 7/7/3, and it can't be affected by card effects, and you have the DR, frankly, to just abuse this. So, yeah, I think I probably will bump this up. So, notice we've gone from, 28 to 30. So, it's like we're at 30 life in this ruler, which is ridiculous. But it's when, we're going to keep going. So, then we got 2 copies of Yuzuka. This is special summons itself. It's also an OD that pops defensive zone units. You just want to be turning your card sideways and targeting face, so that's why we play this. This card's really, really nice. I might play more, but yeah, we'll see. 1 Zap Zap Zap. This is just because I wanted to play an Uber. It's a good card. 1 Space King Arthur of Cosmo Camelot, signed by Jared, and of course this playmat signed by Khalil. Thanks lads. And the artwork, of course, done as well. Yeah, this card is just cool. I play it sometimes. It's a 6/4/0 double attacker. You can just board clear. This is a really, really nice card when you just want to deal with the board. And of course, sometimes it can just save you the game. Card's cool. And then the Legends, so obviously 1 only the Tatari. This is really, really good to just drive because it's triple attack and, yeah, because you are a drive ruler, like you always have triple attack, which is ridiculous. So it's a 7/5/1 that you're just always going to be able to clear your opponent's center, no matter what it is, basically, and then just deal some damage, which is insane. And then of course, 1 Tale of the First Dawn. This card's broken. If you counter check it, it's a heal 2, so we're at 32 life, which is ridiculous. Like you're never gonna die. Like it's so hard for your opponent to actually kill you. And then of course, the main effect you can just drive to, which is ridiculous. And finish it off 33 life. With 1 scoop. So yep, this I think this counter lineup is mostly perfect. I'd say these are non-essential. You could remove these, but everything else here, I think you have to keep the same. And obviously these are the 3 legends. Then moving on to the rest of the deck. So I think there's like a couple of packages I split it up into. So firstly, we got like the additional drive package, which is all these guys, So these cards are all busted. It's also these 2, but it's also this, but I'll talk about this in a second. So Sakihime lets you look at the top 2 and drive 1. Darumageddon just drives 1 on attack, so it's extending your aggro. And then of course we know Thousand Year Sakura just lets you look at the top 3 and drive 1. So these cards all come together and just let you just make a board from nothing, right? Like you've got 12 cards that mean your drive 1 per turn is just bullshit. So then I've got another ridiculous combo. So we play 2 copies of Send Forth the Vanguard, and this card is really cracked. I think I might bump this up with this card, which is Yuhi. So what this card does is on OD, you search your deck and you set a tactics event. And the reason this card is so broken is the timing, and I'm going to read this to you exactly, is during your turn, you can play this at any time if there are 0 allied units in play or 3 or more allied units in play. You are always just going to have 3. I'm not going to lie. You're literally always going to have 3. And the reason this becomes so broken is because you use this, right? You drive it, you get this from deck. You do your attack phase, and if anything's going to happen, right, where like you're about to get removed or something, or even once you've done them all, you just flip this and you get to look at your top 2. If there's, like, you might find a Sakihime, you might find like a Dream or something, and then you just drive it, and you just keep going. Like, I definitely am going to bump this card up to 4, because this is just ridiculous. I'll figure out cards to cut. But yeah, this card's nuts. And then we have like the little robo package. So that is 2 Gashdokuro. Obviously this card's very good. It's a 7/3/2. It has 2 charges, charge shield, so it's really difficult to remove. And you just nuke anything in the center. This is insanely strong. Then 2 copies of Space Lancelot. This card's just nice as it's a 5/4/1 double attacker. Just a good card. I apologize for going off the mat here. And then I played 1 Grandmaster. This is again just a fun choice. I had an Uber, but it ended up winning me a game in the Berserker Mirror because I drove into it. I had a Lancelot on the board, so I enhanced the Lancelot, and then I just burned and won the game that way, and which I would have lost otherwise. So that was pretty cool. And then I guess I'll mention this now. So I also played 2 copies of the Extraordinary Human. This card is kind of broken and also kind of garbage. I don't really know where I'm landing on it. The reason is it has a ability once per turn. When you use an OD or a TD, you can DR equal to the level of the ability, the level of card that the ability belongs to use the ability twice. Obviously, I'm only playing 2, so the damage zone ability will basically never go off. But the reason this card's so cracked is with Arcane Innovator, you know, the set 1 cards coming in and being totally broken again. You DR2, and this puts back 4 counters. So each one of these you see, right, already we were at, what, 33 life. You put these back, if you're putting back heal CNTs, you might go up to 37, and then if you put back 4 heal CNTs, then you just went up to 41. 41 life! You're decking out! Like, and I went to, like, 5 cards or so in deck every single game, because you just see so many cards. Like, we really need a level reduction on this guy. Finally, to round out the list is... Yomao, stopping your opponent's CNTs is just really broken with how insanely powerful most of them are. And then, of course, you get another drive, so it's not like you're even really losing anything. Like, yeah, okay, I lose 1 strike and one attack, but 2 attack, but sorry, 1 attack, but I really don't care because I get some defensive power and I'm, like, stopping counters, which is just insane. So, overall, this is my Berserker list. I'm really happy with it. There are some changes I would make. This, as broken as a combo it is, it's probably a bit too janky, so I can see this going out. I want to play 4 copies of this, absolutely. These CNTs are less essential. Zap might be more essential because the other 2 decks in the top 4 were both Shuriken, so you do need ways to, like, deal with the rush that Shuriken has. But, like, by and large, this, I mean, you're already kind of dealing with it. Like, the only reason I lost to Shuriken was because there were 11 counters in my 20 cards left in deck. I just didn't see counters. Like, it is what it is. But yeah, I do just really feel like Berserker might be the best deck in the game. There's a lot still to explore. I'm not going to take Berserker to any more tournaments. I'm going to try and lab, like, better decks than this. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. More Gate Ruler content coming, I promise. If you did, please like the video, subscribe to the channel for that content, of course. If you like One Piece or Battle Spirit Saga, then I make videos on those too, so you should check those out. Check out my Patreon if you want to support the channel, linked in the description. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Cheers.